Hello and welcome to Bob's Programming Academy. In this video, we present a portfolio website built using Django, Next.js and Material UI. This project uses a PostgreSQL database to store data. This is a beautiful, modern and elegant portfolio website that you can use to showcase your projects and land the dream software developer role. A portfolio website allows you to show your skills, experience, and services to potential clients. Building an impressive portfolio is one of the best things you can do to land your first client as a freelance developer. You can download this portfolio website for free. We are not charging anybody. You can access this project in our GitHub repository, which is github.com/bobsprogrammingacademy/portfolio-website. As mentioned, it's completely free. All you need to do is clone our repository and you will have access to this project. This is part 1 of the 3-part video series. In this video, we will show you the project and explain how to install and set up everything. In part 2, we will show you how to customize this application so that you can use your own logo, different colors, fonts, images, and so on. We will also show you how to add your own content to this portfolio website. In part 3, we will show you how to deploy this portfolio website to Heroku so that you can share it with your friends and potential employers. Let's talk briefly about the tech stack we've selected for this project. For the backend part of the application, we've chosen Django. Django is a free and open source Python web framework. We have also used Django REST framework, which is a framework for building REST APIs designed to make the CRUD operations easier to develop in Django. With Django, we have a built-in admin page that allows us to create, read, update, and delete objects. That way, we can avoid the need to update the source code of our portfolio website when, for example, we want to add a new project to our project list or edit our contact information. For the front-end part of the app, we've selected Next.js and Material UI. Next.js is a React framework with several performance optimizations added in that allow us to create pre-rendered React websites, whether that be through server-side rendering or static-site generation. Material UI is an open-source React UI library that we can use to build beautiful, modern, and elegant user interfaces. For a database to store data in this application, we've selected PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is a free and open-source relational database management system that is great for both small-side projects and large enterprise applications. This is what the portfolio website looks like. At the very top here, we have a header. We have social media icons. Below the logo and menu, we have a hero section with an image, a short description, and 2 buttons. Next, we have the About section. This section is split into 3 columns. Next, we have the Projects section. Each project includes an image, a project name, a description, tags, and a link to a GitHub repository that we can access by clicking the source code button. Next, we have the Technologies section. The on-scroll animations you can see here, we created using the AOS library. This library allows us to apply different types of animations to elements on a page as they scroll into view. Next, we have the Contact section. A map in this section was created using React Leaflet. Leaflet is an open-source JavaScript library, and it's a good alternative to Google Maps since it's completely free. This portfolio website has 2 color themes, so we can switch from dark mode to light mode and essentially change the theme on the fly. To change the color theme from dark to light, click on the sun icon in the header section of the page. To switch from light to dark, click on the moon icon. This portfolio website is fully responsive and it looks great on devices of all sizes. This is what the project looks like on iPhone 12 Pro. This is iPad mini. This is what the project looks like on Nest Hub Max. To get access to this project, go to the project's GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description section below. Next, press the download zip button to download the code. Once you have downloaded and unzipped the project, open it in Visual Studio Code or some other code editor of your choice. Before we start, make sure that you have all the required prerequisites installed on your machine. The prerequisites for this project are Python, Node.js, PostgreSQL, and Visual Studio Code. Alternatively, you can use some other code editor. First, create a virtual environment in the backend folder. When using a virtual environment, we don't need to install Python packages globally. Instead, when a Python virtual environment is active, pip, which is a package manager for Python, will install packages within that environment, which does not affect the base Python installation in any way. To create a virtual environment, open the terminal and from the root directory run cd backend $python -m venv. Next, activate the virtual environment by running the command source venv/bin/activate. Next, install Python packages listed in the requirements.txt file that are required for the backend part of the app. Pip install -r requirements.txt. Next, set up a PostgreSQL database. Depending on your operating system, the steps here might be slightly different, so please check the PostgreSQL documentation for your operating system. If you are using Mac like me, and you've installed PostgreSQL using the Homebrew package manager, open a new terminal window and run brew services start PostgreSQL. This command starts the PostgreSQL database server. The procedure to start the server will differ depending on your operating system and the way you've installed PostgreSQL on your machine. So again, please check the PostgreSQL documentation for more information. With PostgreSQL up and running, run the command drop db -if -exist portfolio. Next, start pSQL, which is a terminal-based frontend to PostgreSQL, by running the command pSQL Postgres. Next, create a new PostgreSQL database. create database portfolio, semicolon. Next, create a new database admin user. Create user, your username, superuser with password, single quote, your password, single quote, semicolon. Of course, replace the strings, your username and your password, with your own username and a secure password of your choosing. Make sure you remember that username and password because you will need them later. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will set the username to Bob and the password to pass1234! To quit PSQL, run \q. Next, set up backend environment variables. From the backend directory, run touch config /.env. You need to declare environment variables in the .env file. Make sure you don't use quotation marks around the strings. First, set up a secret key. This value is the key to securing signed data. You must keep this secure, otherwise, attackers could use it to generate their own signed values. The database name is portfolio. The database user and database password are the username and password of the admin user you created a few moments ago using PSQL. In my case, the database user is Bob and the database password is pass1234! Set up the database host to localhost and the frontend URL to http localhost port 3000. Next, run migrations. From the backend directory, run python manage.py make migrations. Python manage.py migrate. Migrations are Django's way of propagating changes you make to your models into your database schema. Next, create an admin user to access the Django admin interface. From the backend directory, run python manage.py create superuser. When prompted, enter a username, email, and password. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will set the username to Bob, no email, and the password to pass1234! You also need to install all the dependencies required for the front-end part of the application. So click on the split terminal and in the second window from the root directory, run cd frontend $npm install. npm is a standard package manager for Node.js. It manages downloads of the dependencies for your project. Next, set up front-end environment variables. From the front-end directory, run touch.env.development touch.env.production. You need to declare environment variables in the .env.development file. Make sure you don't use quotation marks around the strings. In part 3 of this 3-part video series, we will show you how to deploy this application to Heroku, and then we will make use of the .env.production file. The backend host is 127.0.0.1. The backend URL is http 127.0.0.1 port 8000. To run the application, you need to have both the backend and the frontend up and running. In one terminal window from the backend directory, run python manage.py run server. This command starts a lightweight development web server on your local machine. By default, the server runs on port 8000 on the IP address 127.0.0.1. In the other terminal window from the front-end directory, run npm run dev. This command will start the development server. Go to HTTP localhost port 3000 to view the application. Okay, so we can view the application, we can change the color of the theme, but there is no data. The About, Projects, Technologies and Contact sections are all empty. To add data to this portfolio website, we will use Django admin. To access Django admin, go to http 127.0.0.1 port 8000/admin. Sign in using the admin username and password you created a few minutes ago. In my case, the username is Bob and the password is pass1234! First, we will add data to the About section. Click the About link and then click Add About. In our design, the About section is split into 3 columns. Enter the title, description, and icon of the first of the 3 columns. The title is Design. We also add the description. The front-end part of the application is designed in such a way that we can add here any material icon. To find an icon you want, go to https://fonts.google.com/icons. I am going to search for palette. Copy the icon's name and paste it to the icon input field in the Django admin. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the title, description, and icon of the second of the 3 columns in the About section. The icon I want for this section is Code. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the title, description, and icon of the last of the 3 columns in the About section. The icon I want for this section is Settings. Click the Save button. We now have the data in the About Us section of the portfolio website. Similarly, we need to add data to the Projects, Technologies, and Contact sections. Next, we will add data to the Projects section. First, we need to add tags. In Django admin, click the Tags link and then click Add Tag. I will add tags Python, JavaScript, Django, React, Next.js, Material UI, Machine Learning, and PostgreSQL. Next, click the Projects link and then click Add Project. Enter the name, description, and link to the first project. Next, select an image that shows the project. Finally, add tags that best describe the project. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the second project. Enter the data of the third project. We refresh the page, and we now have the data in the project section of the portfolio website. We can see the image, the name of the project, the description, and tags. We can also go to the GitHub repository of the project if we click the Source Code button. Next, we will add data to the Technologies section. In Django admin, click the Technologies link and then click Add Technology. Each technology we want to display on the portfolio website requires a name and an icon. We have added 12 icons to the project. You can find them in Front End, Public, Logo. I will add Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, Material UI, Django, React, Next.js, PostgreSQL, TensorFlow, and Git. We refresh the page, and we now have the data in the Technologies section of the portfolio website. Next, we will add data to the Contact section. In Django admin, click the Contact link and then click Add Contact. Here, we need to add the address, email, and both the latitude and longitude of our location that we want to display on a map. To change what is shown on the map, you can Google the latitude and longitude of your own location. We refresh the page, and now we have the data in the Contact section of the portfolio website. The map correctly shows Dublin, Ireland. Now that you have set up the portfolio website, you might be curious about how to customize this project. For example, how to change the logo, colors, fonts, images, and so on. In the next video, which will be part 2 of this 3-part video series, we will show you how to customize this application so you can make it your own and apply your own design ideas into this portfolio website. Of course, this portfolio website is currently visible only to you, on your device, and only when your terminal is running. In part 3, we will show you how to deploy this portfolio website to Heroku so that you can share it with your friends and potential employers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. Also, you can leave a comment below on what you would like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching!